Jai Hindi students, to the second part of tense. In my earlier class, I had given you in detail the meaning of the tense, that the verb tenses are tools that are used to express time. I had given you a table also which was showing all the 12 forms of tenses. I am starting here with the first form, that is simple present tense. In this video, here you will be knowing how to express yourself in the present tense. Let's start the video. Students, the present tense. The present tense, we know that it refers to present time and it has 4 forms. Okay, the present tense has 4 forms. There are 3 tenses: present, past and future. I am starting with the present tense. It has 4 forms. First one is simple present, second one is your present continuous, third one is your present perfect, and the last one is your present perfect continuous. In this video, I will be discussing only about the first form, which is simple present tense. Okay, I will be discussing will be telling you the structure, will be telling you the usage, will be telling you the examples, everything only about simple present tense. You need to give your 100% concentration, students, so that your concept may be clarified. You know, it is very important for the English language. This is the base. No, this is the root. So simple present tense is used in case of whenever there is any scientific fact or any permanent truth. Scientific fact, you know, which is the fact which is related to science. For example, if I say water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, this is a scientific fact, and I have used here which tense. I have used here present tense, and which form? Simple present tense. Okay, it is also used for permanent truth. Permanent truth means universal truth. The sun rises in the east. This is your permanent truth. So we use in this case simple present tense. The second one is things happening in the present. For example, he is a student. At present, the person about whom we are talking is a student. So things happening in the present is also a case in which we use simple present tense. Third one is something that happens repeatedly. For example, he helps his father. So he helps his father means he repeatedly helps his father. It does not mean that once he has helped, now he is not helping. Okay, means not about something happening now, but about something happening all the time, repeatedly. He helps his father. This sentence is showing that the person repeatedly helps his father. So in such type of sentences, we use simple present tense. Last one is a habit or a routine. Whenever we are showing, we are discussing, we are talking, no, we are expressing any habit or a routine, we will be using simple present tense. He goes to school by bus. That is the routine, that he goes to school by bus. So I have used here simple present tense. In the same way, if we will be talking about habit, that she always goes to temple, that is her habit, or every day she goes to temple, so that is also her habit, that every day she goes to temple. This sentence has also been formed by using simple present tense. Okay, so these all are the conditions in which we can use simple present tense. Now students, see carefully. This I am showing you simple present tense, a small table. I have tried to tell you that the different forms also, no, the different types of sentences also. first person, second person and third person. You need to concentrate what is first, what is second and what is third person. If you will be able to understand all these three persons, you will be able to understand all the 12 forms of tenses. Okay, listen very carefully. First person means I. It can be we also. We is your plural, but it is also your first person. Suppose I am talking about myself. So how will be I just telling what word I will be using? I will be using I. No, about myself I am talking. So I is your first person. We can also be used for plural. In the same way, what is second person? The second person is you. I am talking about the person who is sitting in front of me. So I will be using the pronoun you. Okay, so you is your second person. Now the most important thing, that is third person. This third person will be very helpful for you, not only in the tenses but in your other grammar chapters also. For example, it will be helpful for you in your narration, in your active passive voice. Of course, all the three persons, first, second, third person, of course, all the three will be helpful for you, but especially this third person. If you understand what is third person, if you can keep in your mind what is third person, that will be very easy for you to understand the tenses. So what is third person? It is he, she, it, or any singular noun. Means whenever our subject is, or whenever we are talking about he, about she, or about it, or we are talking about any singular noun. Noun, you know, name of person, place or thing, but the condition is that it should be singular. Nouns should be singular. It can be any name. No, it can be living thing also, it can be non-living thing also. So if your noun is singular, that is called third person. Okay, so third person is he, she, it, or singular noun. So affirmative, you can see I have made here simple present tense, affirmative sentence, I write. Okay, second person, with using second person, the affirmative sentence is you write. Third person, he, she, or Anju. Anju, I have taken a name, a singular noun, writes. Okay, I will be telling you later on why I have used here S. Right now, I will be telling you in detail. See the negative, I don't write, you don't write, he, she, or Anju doesn't write. Have you got the difference? I have used here doesn't. Why have I used? This also I will be telling you in detail. First, you see what type of sentences are made in simple present tense. In interrogative also, do I write, do you write, or does he write, or does she write, or does Anju write? So these are the examples of simple present tense. There can be negative interrogative sentence also. I have mainly tried to tell you by using these sentences, affirmative, negative and interrogative. Now students, I am giving you the structure, the most important part. How to make your simple present tense in affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence, whenever we are using, we use subject. First of all, what is subject? Subject is doer of the action. In my last video, in my previous class, I had given you in detail what is verb. Okay, verb means doing actions are called verbs. So the person who is doing that action, the person who is performing that action is called subject. So what is subject? Subject is doer of the action, the person who is performing the action. Okay. We will be writing first of all subject. After that we will be writing V1. V1 means first form of the verb. And just after first form of the verb, we can write our object. Sometimes we write after first form of the verb our S or ES. Okay. Where do we write S or ES? When do we use S or ES in the first form of the verb? When do we use? Whenever our subject is third person and singular number. He is your third person and it is singular also. So we have used with go. Go is your first form of the verb. So we have used with go ES. Okay, we have added ES with the first form of the verb. Why have we added ES? Because our subject is he. What is he? He is your third person. Clear? So whenever third person is written there, and third person should be singular. So you can add, you have to add, that is compulsory, that you have to add with the first form of the verb, whether S or ES in place of goes. If the verb had been here play, so you must have added S only. He plays, Plays. Okay, in the same way you have to add S or ES in your affirmative sentence. See the next one example. They go to school. They is your plural? No. So we have used only first form of the verb, that is go. Have you understood? Whenever your subject is third person and singular, telling you again, whenever your subject is third person and singular number, okay, so add with the verb, first form of the verb, S or ES. This much only you have to keep in your mind, nothing else. When you will be adding with the verb S or ES in the third person and singular number, and whatever subject is written there with rest of the subject, you will be using only first form of the verb. Now see the second type of sentence, that is negative. Whenever negative sentence is there, you will be writing subject. You know the subject. What is subject? Doer of the action. It can be any name, no, any pronoun, noun or pronoun. And after that you will be using the helping verb, that is do or does. Do or does are your helping verb, which are used only and only in negative and interrogative. Further I will be telling you what is interrogative. So do and does helping verbs are used only in negative sentence and in interrogative sentences. And after using do or does, you will be using not. As it is a negative sentence, so you will be using not. And then again first form of the verb, and after that your subject. Where to use does? The does you will be using, sorry students, and after first form of the verb you will be using object. Okay, now does, where you will be using does? Again the same thing. Does is used with third person and singular number. Third person again and again. What is third person? He, she, it or any singular noun is your third person. And whenever third person and singular noun is written there, you will be using does. And with rest of the subjects, use do. Okay. He does not go to school. With he, I have written does. After that, not. Then first form of the verb, to school. Second example, they do not go to school. They is your plural. And I have used here do, the helping verb do. Clear? They do not go to school. It's your negative. Now see the next one sentence, that is interrogative. In interrogative, we write first of all our helping verb. And after helping verb, we write subject and then first form of the verb and then object. Whenever we are using the helping verb do or does, whether it is we are using it in negative or in interrogative, always and always use only first form of the verb. You cannot add s or es with the first form of verb whenever your helping verb is do or does. Clear? You cannot write. If you are adding s or es with do or does, your sentence will be incorrect. Clear? Does he go to school? Does, then he because he is your third person, that's why I have used here does, first form of the verb, then to school. Does he go to school? The second example, do they go to school? The second example is, I have used here the plural pronoun they, and whenever plural is there, you are using do. Now see the next one, that is your negative interrogative. Negative interrogative, we write in this way, our structure is in this way: do or does, the helping verb first, we are writing, after that the subject, and just we will be adding not, first form of the verb and object. It is same as interrogative sentence, but what is the difference? That we are using not here, as it is our negative interrogative. The important thing is, student, whenever we are using the short form, the contracted form of this helping verb, that is don't or doesn't, so we will be writing, because we have already written not with the contracted form, so you don't need to write after subject not. See the example, doesn't he go to school? Okay, or don't they go to school? In this way you will not be writing. Some students are in the habit of writing not two times. Doesn't he not go to school, or don't they not go to school? No, you cannot write in this way. Doesn't he go to school? Does he not go to school? Both are correct. You can use any out of these two. So this is your simple present tense. You have understood that in simple present tense, our helping verbs are do and does, and these helping verbs we use only in negative and interrogative. And in affirmative sentence, what we use? In affirmative sentence, we use first form of the verb, okay, and sometimes we use s or es. When do we use s or es with the first form of the verb? In case of third person and singular number. You have understood simple present tense? Now in my next series, I will be coming with the second form of the present tense, that is present continuous. It is also called present progressive tense. Its structure, its usage, and I will also be giving you the examples in the same way. Okay students, thank you. This video will be continued. Till then, goodbye, take care.